What it do is way out here, and today was mid, honestly, man. You know, I try to be very real with you guys. Today I probably shouldn't have traded. You know, I kind of, not necessarily went against my rules, I just knew for a fact that I wasn't necessarily seeing what I like to see when I make my trades, you know, and like this is the problem with trading, right? And this is what a lot of people won't tell you is, right? Not every single day you're gonna see your trading strategy line up, you know? Not every day you should be making a trade, you know? And like, I'm gonna be honest with you, and I am a victim of this myself, you know, is that fear of FOMO, that fear of, you know, just wanting it to happen, you know, as fast as it possibly can happen, right? And that's why I try to come on here, be very brutally upfront with you guys and tell you, like, you know, this stuff is not a joke, you know, this is very hard, you know, it's not supposed to be easy. I just try to make it a little bit easier for you and for myself by showing you guys consistently what happens, you know, what happens with the strategy that I use. You know, if you are new here, you know, number one, hello. Number two, I am not here to sell you a course. I'm here to show you my wins, my losses, my in-between. Today was a loss, and again, like as we can see right now, the market seems to be going up, which is great, right? But it's just, it's really hard because, like I said, some days it just does not move how you want it to move, and it sucks, man. It really, really sucks. But it is what it is. It's the name of the game. That's why I always tell people to have outside incomes out beside the stock market, you know, because like some days are not going to go the way you want it to, and you know, relying on this primarily, it can be for one day, but not right now. You know, that's why a lot of gurus are going to come on here and tell you to, you know, go quit your job the second day you start trading. Don't do that, man. You know what I mean? It's not an easy game, you know. Praise God, it's not easy though, you know. And no matter what we do in this market, it's going to go against you sometimes, and that's part of the game. All right. So number one, if you are new here, I trade the 15-minute orb strategy. Okay, that is what works the best for me. That's what I personally like. You do not have to do what I do. I am not a financial advisor. I am just a normal, average, ordinary guy showing you guys, again, wins, losses, and in-betweens, okay? So 15-minute orb strategy, what we do is we start at 9:30 in the morning, okay? That's what time I trade. I don't trade any other time, so it's 9:30 to 11:30, normally 9:30 to 11. But 9:30 right here is our 15-minute candle, as you guys can see. This is the site called Ninja Trader. You can use my funded futures. I have the link in the description for you guys. If you guys want to help me out, use my code. It does help me out a lot, so I appreciate it. You know, that's what I use for trading. I also use Top Step, both amazing. You know, Ninja Trader, I feel like it's just, there's no, you know, activation fees or anything like that when you do get funded. You know, and again, like, you're not using all your real money, you're using theirs, you know, and you have to even prove to them that you can make the money to begin with, you know, and that's why I tell people it's the best way to go. You're not using your real income, you know, other than like, you know, $70 or whatever for the core account, which is not that bad, you know, compared to the $10,000 you could be losing, right? So number one, we have a high, we have a low, all right? So this was again at 9:30. Now I'm looking at the market, right? I see a consistent uptrend this morning. I'm feeling good about it, right? Because I saw consistent uptrends. Normally what I'll look for is, you know, continued uptrend, you know, and then sometimes it'll come back down, test this line. It was doing exactly what I thought it was gonna do this morning. We saw a complete and utter closure on the 5-minute, which again is what I look for, right? Go watch my other videos. I have 100 of them explaining my strategy in full. But at the end of the day, we saw a full closure here. So I'm sitting here like, all right, well, we're going to be moving upwards for the day, which in most cases, unless we see a big red candle. I found out right here, you know, there was a red candle, but it seemed to close. You know, it came back up and it came back down. And, you know, me being an idiot right here, I entered right here because, you know, again, I don't listen to every single one of my rules. I tell you guys all the time, I just had a good feeling with it and I went with it. And I feel like I definitely should have waited because, as you guys can see, you know, that's why I tell you guys to always wait for that second candle after the closure, which technically, you know, would have been, maybe seen a red. I should have waited right here and saw that it was still kind of flopping, right? Waiting 3 minutes into that candle. I did not do. It is what it is. Lost. You know, I got myself out about right here, thankfully. And, you know, I guess if I had waited a little bit longer, I would have made a lot more money. You know, I guess I can't even say that. I would have gotten up to here, which is not, I guess, up here, which wasn't that crazy. It's not moving how I want it to move. That's the harsh reality, right? This is not moving how I want it to move. And that's when you guys have to understand, right? I took my loss. I moved on immediately. I'm not going to go back in. I'm not going to sweat it. It is what it is. You're not going to have the exact movement that works for you every single day, you know, and the reason I do like my strategy is because we do see our movement majority of the days, right? So not every day you're going to see it, but majority of the days that we're in our market, right, in the NASDAQ, the ES, you know, which is the ones I use, you're most likely going to see your strategy at least, you know, a few times during the week, you know, play out and, you know, exactly to how you like it, because not my strategy identically is not going to fit for you. You know, like some people like to enter at different times. Some people like to have different risk management, whatever it is. For me, I normally, like I've told you guys before, I do either a $750 or $1,000 stop loss, and if I end up dropping out of it, I drop out of it. And if I don't see a second trade set up, I won't take one. Some people will continue to go back and revenge trade and revenge trade and revenge trade. Don't do it. Don't be a victim to it, man. It's gonna mess with you for a long time. And I like to just have people come on here and be like, hey, I'm gonna give everything I got to this. If I lose more than 2 trades, I'm out. Setting those rules early on in your trading journey are going to help you tremendously. It's going to help you a lot faster than I took. I feel like if I had come in here, and knew exactly what I was doing, didn't go trade all these different, stocks at first and options, right? I wish I didn't do that. I lost so much money, going in and trading on, all these options, whether it was Apple or whatever. I had no idea what I was doing. I was just wasting all my money that, I could have had today, right? And that's why I tell you guys in general, like, don't do that. Come in here with a goal, and the goal is I'm gonna make my strategy work today or I'm not. And if you see that you're consistently making profits for months upon months, is when you get a funded account, and you prove to them that you can get a funded account, that is, right? And you do it based off that. Again, I am not a financial advisor, but I just want to show you guys that some days are gonna flop. Some days, like, this is not necessarily, there is, again, for some people, they probably love it, right? Down, up, down, and it probably, I'm assuming it's gonna continue upwards, right? But the way that I like it moving is just like once it closes, I like it to continually go up, or at least come down a little bit and then continue back up. We didn't see that today. It hasn't even really moved that far up above that. It's already 11:30. I'm already out. If you guys go check on my other days, most days if I made a profit, you'll see that it does exactly what I wanted to do, and today was not one of those days. So I genuinely hope you guys enjoyed this video. I create daily videos showing you guys, and so hopefully you guys can learn off my losses. Again, I should have waited for this second candle, right? And I would have seen that it was heading downwards and not taking a trade until down here. It is what it is. And I probably wouldn't have made that much anyway, to be honest. I still probably would have been holding, to be honest with you, even right now. That's why I don't like making those trades. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to smash that like button. Make sure to subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on this content. It just hit 500 subscribers, so thank you for that. Again, not selling you a course, man. Just asking for a like and a subscribe. Notification bell so you can check my content out. And just grow together. Let's grind together. Praise God together. And just grow as men together, man. All I'm here is to praise God. That's it. And just help people as often as I can, especially going to the kingdom of heaven. So I love you guys, and see you guys on the next video. Peace out.